the Corbyn supporters would say the policies were very popular, people liked them, they polled well.
Yeah.
What went wrong there?
Well, it'd be odd if they really liked them if we lost. I've never quite got this one, actually, which is they really liked our policies, they really wanted them, they really hated the Tory policies, and I don't know, they just voted Tory. No, they did not like the policies. Individual policies, you see, there's a thing about individual policies and polling. It's why I always used to say to people, and I learned this through the 1980s and 90s, which is the fallacy of polling individual policies and thinking you're learning something. Because when you're polling an individual policy, first of all, you're separating it from the whole, and in the end, it's the whole thing that people vote on. So you can take individual policies, and each one of them might be popular, but you put them all together and it's not popular. Okay. But secondly, when you poll individual policies, it's what I call the difference between a 3-second conversation, a 30-second conversation, and a 3-minute conversation. Right, so railway renationalization. 3-second conversation, yeah, no, it should be in public ownership. 30-second conversation, you're going to spend a lot of time on renationalizing the railways, and it could cost quite a lot of money, and you've got all things to do with pension funds and so on. 30-second conversation, yeah, no, well, maybe. 3-minute conversation, here are the big challenges in transport going forward. You're going to have driverless vehicles, electric cars, you're going to have to reimagine the entire infrastructure of the country, and you guys are going to be spending all your time on railway renationalization. 3-minute conversation, I think that's a very good idea, actually. You poll individual policies, it doesn't, you go back to the 1980s, by the way, all Labour's policies, apart from unilateral nuclear disarmament, were popular. I remember, this is why I sat and studied this during the 1980s, because I couldn't work it out at first. I was reading these polls saying privatization was really unpopular, trade union law was really unpopular, tax cuts at the top end were really unpopular, so how come Margaret Thatcher kept winning by a landslide? I spent a lot of time puzzling this, and these are the two conclusions I came to. In the end, it's about the whole thing, and it's a fallacy to think that individual policies can be polled and separated in that way. And so I think most people, look, they said what they said. I mean, it's clear. And by the way, virtually every single person who's done independent reviews of what happened in the election has said the same thing. People thought the manifesto was incredible. And if it's incredible, it's not a good idea. Because, especially if you're living a really tough life and someone promises you the earth, it's not a credible thing. And so the manifesto was, well, A, it wasn't popular, and B, it was wrong. I mean, the most important thing is that it was wrong.